Hi there. Well, I'm at the airfield and I've got this lovely 60-inch wingspan Keil Kraft Bantam, and I'm dead excited to see what it does today. I mean, we've got an absolutely glorious day. It's quite calm, lovely blue sky which you can see, sunny, it's dry underfoot. What more could you ask for? So I'm going to be doing some test glides, and hopefully that will all work out and it'll all look good. And if it does, I'm hoping to get the maiden flight done today, but we'll just have to see how it goes in the first instance anyway. So I've got the camera set up. I'll just get the radio gear switched on, make sure all the control surfaces are where they should be, and then we'll see how it glides, if it glides. Okay, got the radio on, got everything at neutral, and we'll see how this thing goes. I'll try and, where am I in the camera? There we go. So, a little bit on the maybe nose heavy side, a little bit down. We'll have a look. Right, well, it might be a little bit nose heavy, but to be honest, it's an RC plane. I think it will probably be okay, but what I'm going to do is just put a little bit more up on the elevator. It's because this wing's slightly warped, it's difficult to know the correct position for the elevator. It just kind of comes up a little bit. So I'll put a little bit of up on it. I don't want to put too much because I don't really want to alter the throws too much, but we'll see how this goes now. Straighten the prop out. Now I think that was a pretty rubbish throw, so we'll have another go and see, but it is definitely going down. But it is a heavier model now than it was when it was a free flight model, because we've put the radio in and everything, or at least the elevator and the servos. So you know, I think that's going to be okay, and I'm quite keen to try it with RC at that point, or sorry, not with RC, but with the engine going. And I think it'll be really interesting because I think we've got the elevator. I think the engine will pick it up. We can use the elevator when we're coming in just to flare it a little bit, hopefully. I'll have a think about that, but I quite like that. I mean, it didn't veer to the side, it didn't lurch up or down. It was a fairly decent glide, even though it came down perhaps a little bit more than I would have liked it to. But I think I'll go and get it now before before it damages the wings upside down. Right, well, I'm now going to try it with the radio, and I'm still going to launch it with my right hand, and hopefully I can get my hand onto the elevator quick enough so that I can see if it flares, if it makes a difference to the glide. Oh, hopefully that stayed in shot. I don't know whether it did, but it came around and it glided lovely. I'm really pleased with that, and I'm feeling quite positive about getting it in the air under power today. We'll see how it goes anyway. Well, that didn't go quite as planned, but there's always an upside, and there's actually two upsides to this, I think. The one is it didn't do any damage. It came down with quite a thud. Well, actually, I say it didn't do any damage. These supports here for the wing did a little bit of damage on the wing, I suppose. They put a small hole there. Actually, that's not quite a hole, it's just ripped the tissue or damaged the tissue, but not the film. This has gone right through to the film, but it hasn't damaged the balsa. So that is going to be an easy fix. And essentially I'm just going to put a piece of tissue over the top of that, and it will take a very short amount of time to do. The other upside, if you can call it that, is, well, no, let's just on the damage. I've run the engine and the engine's fine. I was slightly concerned coming down like that on the nose quite hard, it might have bent the crankshaft, but actually it ran fine, no problems at all. I'm really surprised it didn't break the engine mountings, because the bearers, there's beach bearers, but they're ever so thin. So that's all good. The other upside is, loads of upsides, is that I think I know what the problem is. And I launched it with my right hand, which was perhaps a mistake because I was slow getting onto the sticks, but it's quite a big model and it feels awkward releasing it with the left hand, but I think I will next time. So I released it with my right hand, and you can see here in the video it goes away nicely but starts to veer around to the left. And as I grabbed the sticks, I think I inadvertently put a little bit of rudder in to compound the problem, sending it to the right. I'm not totally sure because it all happened very quickly, but you can see it goes round to the right and spirals in very quickly, but it got away nicely. It was only when it started to pick up speed that it started to spiral round. And if we have a look at the engine, hopefully you can see there's quite a lot of right thrust on that. Now, I originally followed the holes that were there when I acquired this model because I knew it had been flown. But I think looking at the glide pictures, it glided lovely and straight. There was no problem at all. It was only when it was under power that it started to go round to the right. And like I say, I might have compounded that in my haste to get my hand on the stick, which was kind of too late almost anyway. So what I'm going to do, as I said, I'm going to repair the wing, and I'm just going to straighten up that, get rid of that right thrust so it's dead straight forward. And I'm also going to take this opportunity just to take a little bit of weight out of the nose, because the gliding was okay, but I think it was perhaps a tad nose heavy, which I don't think added to the problems that we had on the launch, but it's a good opportunity to do that. And then we'll, the next time you'll see this, I'm going to draw this to a close now, but the next time you see this we'll be back at the airfield, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it will go a lot better. But you know, this is what aeromodeling's all about, and you can't let these setbacks affect you. It's part of aeromodelling, and it's how we learn. We learn about thrust and incidents and things like that when our models don't fly, because we persist and we get them flying in the end. So anyway, fingers crossed we'll get this done, and thankfully there was no damage. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Come back and see how we get on in the next attempt to get this airborne and to keep it airborne. Thanks very much for watching.